We've actually added a second-story addition to the house, and we made some changes on the main floor.
We decided not to hire a contractor.
You were the general contractors on this.
Everything was running very, very smoothly until the last person that we hired.
And his crew that he was working with were on the job for 2 months.
We have a draft, big-time draft.
This is not a professional contractor.
Unfinished bathroom?
Yes, unfinished.
It's not done.
He took his men, his crew, and he walked straight out the front door.
Now we're here. And we're gonna finish it. Mike Holmes.
Look at this. Is that garbage or what? Look, you buggers, they haven't vented anything. This is ridiculous.
Everything is wrong. I've decided now to gut it. Take it all down.
Mike Holmes, I love you.
Me too.
You want a good job to keep you in shape? Be a contractor.
Unacceptable.
God, I love my job.
We love this neighborhood. Yeah, it's lovely. It's great for the kids. Good schools, walk to the park. Yeah, good neighborhood. But 2 kids, 1 bathroom, 2 bedrooms. It's pretty hard, 4 people using 1 bathroom. We just needed more space.
We actually added a second-story addition, a full 1,400 square feet approximately. We went and actually bought a software program and designed the layout ourselves over a period of 3 years, maybe.
3 years, yeah.
Through trial and error.
We decided not to hire a contractor
Yes.
because a lot of them we just didn't trust.
Everybody's become a contractor overnight, and so we were a little skeptical from that perspective. And knowing that the workmanship has suffered, we didn't want to, in all honesty, we didn't want to end up on the Mike Holmes show. That was our goal. I want to do this right the first time.
We wanted to do it right, so we did. We researched, we learned, we talked to people.
Right from what framers they should use, electricians, plumbers, how it should be done, foam and stucco, thickness, they educated themselves. My hat's off to them. So well done.
First the architect, then the demolition guys came in, demolished it, took them, they said 3 days, it took them 1 day extra, 4. They were out of here, great job. Framers came in, great people, excellent job.
We didn't have problems with any of the generals at all.
No, they were really good.
However, there are some problems.
Hello, Kristy. Hello, Ron.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's take a look.
The last contractor, insulation, vapor barrier, drywall, finishing of doors and trim, came in.
For this particular person that we hired, he was the only one that we did not sign a contract with.
No paper trail, no contract, friend of a friend. 3 bad things right there.
I won't sign the contract, he said. I believe in trust. And I heard those words, and I did have the little bell go off. That's not what we should be doing. I did. It went off. But we liked him. We thought he could do it. And yeah, we let our guard down.
What have you done here?
We've actually added a second-story addition to the house, and we made some changes on the main floor. Removed the wall here and there, and removed some windows and put some doors.
We had no problems with structure. We have permits.
We have everything in place.
Yeah, we've done it right. We listened to you. We followed the process. Everything, I think, has been done pretty well up until the finishing.
This is our new family room here. It used to be 2 separate bedrooms. We've torn down a wall here, and we went higher with the ceiling.
Okay. What's that pipe?
There used to be a radiator here because where these doors are now, there used to be a window.
What were you going to do? Put a step in here?
Yes.
That should have actually been run downstairs, so we'll look into that. This is a cold wall. Has this been insulated?
The only insulation we have on the main floor is exterior stucco with 2 and 3 inch foam.
Okay, now that's good, but I would have definitely insulated this. It doesn't feel like it's been insulated. What is these 2 holes here?
This is actually a deck upstairs, above us.
Okay.
And it's not insulated properly, so those pipes actually froze on us. 3 weeks into it, we started to hit these problems where we started to upcharge us, and things got a little rough, needless to say.
Heated.
Yeah.
He was grumpy because he was doing work that he didn't think that he should do. And honestly, that in itself was hard because to have a grumpy crew in your house, it was very miserable.
We fired him at that point. We
yes.
fired him. Then he sort of backed down and said, okay, guys, let's work something out. I know we can work something out. So we did. We ended up giving him a little bit more money. We believe in people. we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We had a good experience with all the other contractors.
You were the general contractors on this, and you've called in everybody that was necessary, had no problems right until the end.
That's
Correct.
right. Everything was running very, very smoothly until the last person that we hired.
Why is it that a contractor can come in and throw everything right out of whack?
So we have new poplar trim around the windows, but we're keeping all the old baseboard. So how do you go new and old? To me, it doesn't work.
Trim does not match. We're talking old to new.
When
Oh,
he
he's
put the trim
pieced
in,
it.
he's pieced it in at the bottom. So it's shoddy work.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to do that because the lengths, they were long enough to make the run. I started to question his crew, asking him, how long you been doing this and stuff like that. I found out he had 15 years experience, and his crew that he was working with were on the job for 2 months. So he promised me we'd have professional people doing their trade. And meanwhile, I have a gentleman who's come out of the back of a factory as a stock boy, sanding my floors that I'm paying professional rates for.
We have a lot of damage on your treads.
Yeah.
Tons. They dropped things.
They dropped tools. They actually stained the stairs before they were finished drywalling. And it should be one of the last processes.
There
but
you
we
are
weren't
correct.
told.
It
We
should be
weren't
one of the
told.
last. It's the last thing to do. We want to keep them protected till the job's done and then finish this last.
I want the job done based on the amount of money I paid. If I paid you $2, give me a $2 job. But if I pay you pro rates, give me a pro job, please. He was supposed to progressively work down from the top to the bottom so that we could live upstairs. Then as he was coming down the staircase, he said, to heck with this, I'm just starting to tear down the main floor. So he essentially pinned us into one corner, one room in our house. So we were living, with 2 kids in a bed on the floor in one room with drywall dust everywhere.
This is not a professional contractor. This is somebody that really is out for the money.
We haven't finished the doors yet. At least the film's still on the doors, so that's good. I'm glad of that. Unfinished bathroom?
Yes, unfinished.
So did he drywall this?
He drywalled
He
it.
did.
And
Only
taped it.
compound. We're already cracking in the corners.
Yeah.
It's only compound. It's not sheetrock. Did you install this piece or the contractor?
Contractor.
Well, I want to see that down to the floor because what are they going to do? Try and piece in a new section at the bottom and drill a bunch of screws into it and actually pierce the membrane right to the floor? It's not even right to the floor anywhere here.
No.
I said to him, I need my life back. I need you to tell me when this is going to be finished.
Oh, don't worry, Ron. Before Christmas, 100% of everything's going to be done. This place is going to be spotless, and you're not even going to know I was here.
He promised it to be done by Christmas. That was a couple months ago. It's not done.
Any other major problems up here? Another bathroom.
One more bathroom, unfinished.
So why put the trim in first? This makes no sense to me. What are you going to do? It's like you want ceramic tile, right? Or a nice tile?
Tile, yes.
Well, you put the trim in last, so you're right down on top of the tile. It's too hard to try and maneuver and put in your pieces on the outside. There's no support at the lips of the tub whatsoever. So as soon as you're in the tub and you fill the water, like it's a big tub, so yourself and the water in there is going to sink it down. So it's going to break the seal to the tile. That'll have to be addressed.
Mike Holmes repeatedly on every show, he always says, get contracts, make sure they're certified, get your permits. We were following the Mike Holmes Bible, if you will, to verbatim until this last guy came and we got burnt.
So tell me a bit about this. Like, what has happened? Did he just run? Did he take your money?
I started to walk around the house, show him the deficiencies because I had an opportunity over Christmas to make a list. I'm going through this extensive list with him, and every deficiency I point out, he's making an excuse for, like it's not his fault.
He knew it was his fault. He knew.
Yeah.
He just didn't want to fix them. He basically said, I'm going to give this job 4 days. If I don't finish it in 4 days, I'm walking away.
He said prioritize the list.
Prioritize
and by
the
the way,
list.
give me the money up front. Whatever I get done in 4 days, I get done. If I don't, I'm sorry.
He wanted his money up full.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
You didn't do it.
No, we didn't.
Good for you.
And lo and behold, when
what we
he
are.
didn't get his money up front, he took his men, his crew, and he walked straight out the front door. Now we're in a dilemma because he's actually made some pretty big mistakes. So we've paid for him most of his job, but now we have to get these mistakes fixed.
This is our nightmare that we've had in the past couple of weeks with the cold temperatures. We've lost radiator pipe right here.
What do you want to do? Hook this up?
Yeah, we want to hook it up to get some heat in here.
This is the living room and kitchen.
Yes, it is.
Did anybody say to you we should pull the ceiling down and spray foam the whole thing to keep it warm and help
No.
keep that temperature in?
No one's ever said that.
It should have been suggested, and I can't let it go. This will come down. We'll spray foam all of this.
We're gonna open it up, we're gonna do some inspections, we're gonna rip down all the trim, and we're gonna do it again. We're gonna finish the 2 bathrooms, fix up all the imperfections within the home, and we're gonna paint it. And then it'll be done. And we're gonna have some very happy people here.
The last month, our son came up to us and he said, "Daddy, you don't play with me much anymore." And that killed me.
I was trying to paint on the weekends, and you
Yeah.
were trying to fix this man's mistakes.
We weren't spending much time with the kids.
We
It's
didn't
the bottom
have our
line.
family.
They suffered.
They suffered.
Yeah.
And we built the house for them.
Exactly.
And now they're the ones suffering. We just want our lives back.
We have a draft. Big time draft.
There's the end of the plastic, right? Right there. There it is there.
You were the general contractors on this.
Everything was running very, very smoothly until the last person that we hired.
So we have new poplar trim, but you have a lot of existing trim.
Trim does not match.
This is a cold wall.
Now we have to get these mistakes fixed.
I don't like the old trim with the new, so we're gonna start by taking out all the old trim right throughout the whole downstairs casing, baseboard, redo it. I do want to inspect this back wall because it's a very cold wall. We've had a pipe burst in this area. Ooh, feel that breeze. We have 2 inches of foam on the outside, and this wall is cold, which tells me there's more than likely no insulation in here. Obviously, there used to be a rad here, and my guess is a rad with a window. They dropped the window and put in a back door, deleted the backyard.
So instead of relocating this down to the basement or whatever, they decided to loop it around and...
That's correct. We'll see if we can't reroute that downstairs. If we can't, we'll just have to go with it and close it in.
This is below the hardwood, so we want to make sure we come up with it so that it doesn't scratch the floor. What they've done is, the baseboard that we just took off of here, they didn't take it off before they put the hardwood floor in. So, and then when they went up against this baseboard, they still left a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch for expansion. But now that we've removed the baseboard, which is another 1/2 inch, look what we have here. That's gonna be a tough run, even with the baseboard and 1/4 round, to fill that gap. So I guess they're just too lazy to take the baseboard off. Oh boy, that's a big gap. 1 3/8.
Let's just see if there's insulation in this wall. No insulation. No wonder we had a freezing in here. The cool draft was getting in and freezing it. They've just done repairs. I was incorrect. This is not new drywall. This is old drywall with plaster over top. So what do? You know, do I take this wall down and insulate it when this wall's not?
We have a draft. Big time draft. Oh, it's coming up the wall. They vapor barriered. And there's nothing sealing it to the outside, so the cool draft's coming up the wall, coming across the ceiling, and that's why it froze the pipes.
So obviously, the pipes froze. Somebody came back, opened up this area, fixed the pipe, and stuck in some insulation to stop the draft. Problem is the draft's coming from over here. That I feel, big time. If you could feel the breeze that I feel, you would not believe it. There's the end of the plastic, right? Yeah. Right there. There it is there. So it's not tied into anything. It's not taped off. It's not even caulking against the wall to stop the airflow from coming up the wall where this is not insulated. I would love to take this wall down, but if I take this wall down, I'm gonna have to take this wall down, I'm gonna have to take that wall down, I'm gonna have to take out every outside wall. I cannot demo this whole house. You know, they've already gone through enough on their own, and this should have been done in the first place. So what I am gonna do is I will pull down the ceiling, I'm gonna pull out all this bad insulation, all this 6 mil that's up there. The important part is to hit this area here with spray foam. That will seal that area and stop any airflow from existing getting up to the top. So I want to spray foam this corner to protect the pipes. I want to spray foam the outside because that's one cool draft in there. Oh, there's something I don't want to see.
What do you got there?
We have a junction of electrical hidden in the wall there.
Man, I don't want to see a box like that there. We have about a 24-inch overhang on the deck upstairs. You can see the void right there. So here's where we're getting our cold. It's not just from up the wall. The soffit's right there.
That's right.
That soffit's coming up and just firing it in here. I got some pictures here. It's nice to see homeowners that take pictures.
Yeah.
Right beneath us here,
Yeah?
where the hot water furnace is.
Somebody ran pipes on the outside of the wall.
And why? That's the whole question. I mean, that doesn't make sense.
In an uninsulated wall.
I think this is for the new heating system upstairs. So rather than bring it out through the other area where they had wood out to pull down some ceiling and affect the downstairs, they came
took
directly
path
up.
of least resistance.
That never should have been run on the outside wall. Obviously, we're gonna have to reroute this. Or spray foam it, and you take everything. Hopefully we can actually keep it there and spray foam it.
They both called me, the two of them. They said, whatever you do, you have to insulate that really well. That's what
You
they
have
said.
to insulate.
Yeah. That is what they
Bring your
said.
2 little kids along and they'll help you.
That actually is exactly what happened. I was home, Ron was at work, they called me. You have to insulate that, yes.
God, I hope I don't find any more of these surprises here, because this is supposed to be a fun, exciting, easy job. Thanks, Keith, for coming in and giving us a hand today. I think we're gonna need it. Here's the vapor barrier that comes down. So all they've done was tucked it across. It's not tied into anything, doesn't go anywhere. No wonder it froze.
Yeah.
This line runs right down the wall, what I thought.
Right down the wall.
So let's open this up, 12 inches down, right across. Okay? This area is the one I'm worried about. It's the one that will cool upstairs. It'll do everything if it's not insulated properly. We see no insulation. To go to the extreme of running plumbing within the wall and not insulating this zone is ludicrous. We have to protect the plumbing. How far do I have to go? We'll see.
We're gonna start getting the ceiling down here. And it's not gonna be easy because, look, it's wire, mesh, and parts. So, you know, they're strong, tough ceilings. A lot stronger than drywall. It's not gonna just pull down. It'll take some grunting, that's for sure. Yesterday we had Alex in from insulation, and this is the kitchen over top. So what we're gonna do is have him spray foam it and try and warm up the kitchen upstairs. This old drywall, I think it was like 60s. It came out, and it came in 2x8s, I think. Eh, Keith? Remember the old stuff? Something like that. So I've gone over with that, and then they've parged directly over. I thought it was wire mesh, because we see wire mesh here. And if it was that, it would have been hard to get down. Yeah. Really difficult. So this is good. This will come down easy.
Yeah. Won't be very hard.
The important part is to hit this area here with spray foam. I want to spray foam this corner to protect the pipes. I want to spray foam the outside.
And this is the kitchen over top. So what we're gonna do is have him spray foam it and try and warm up the kitchen upstairs.
Alex! What's up, brother?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, real good now that you're here. Obviously, this was open right up and just allowing the cool air to get right in underneath the whole living room. And this is the kitchen right here, right?
Yep.
I can't believe this wasn't addressed in the first place.
Well, I can't believe it hasn't been addressed over the 30-some-odd years the house has been here. I mean,
Well, they had a rad here, so
yeah,
it
but
was.
that's only a little rad to heat a big space, and if you have no insulation on the outside wall, you know.
Well, they disconnected it, and then it froze all the pipes here.
And if they park a vehicle in here and heat her up, you know, carbon monoxide's going through the whole house. There's no stopping it here.
Point.
That'll be
Anything
good.
else?
Nope. I think we're good to go.
Thank you, sir. Okay, let's do it. Thank you.
Derek, we're gonna spray these joist ends here, stuff them with a bat, give them a good inch of foam just to seal them up so there's no stuffs on the carbon monoxide getting into the house. 3.5 inches on the floor, R25. We really want to seal this joist end off because there's heat pipes right here and there is no insulation on that outside wall. So we're gonna try to contain a little bit of that air leakage right there. That's it.
Oh, Dan. Guess we'll start in this one here. Really what I need from you today is to get the taps in place, the faucets, shower heads. I'm hoping we can close off the shower stall and get going on the tile.
Okay. Your main concern is just the shower valves, say get these ready. The 2 showers for today.
Yep. Well, once Dan has finished all the plumbing in both bathrooms, then I'll be able to get the concrete board up, the watertight membrane, and so by tomorrow, we should be ready to tile. Benji's making some beautiful rad covers to hide the rads downstairs. It's a lot better than the metal, and it still allows the heat to get out.
Yeah, and you can barely see the rad back there. That's what's nice about it. You paint that up the same as a trim, and it's a lot nicer looking than that wire mesh crap that they've got.
Now, Dan, obviously there was a rad here before. There used to be a window. They cut it out, put in a door, and I suppose this is their idea of tying it back in.
He took the rad out that was this high here, and you know what? Good for him that he roughed it out. So he put one of those low-end rads that you see in apartment buildings with the coils. And so he wanted to put one there.
Actually, this is finished. There was going to be nothing else. The idea was to tie the cycle back in. That's it. The idea,
So he
believe
made-
it or not, they were going to build a tread that opens up, nice squeaky step, that opens up so they could get to the valve if they ever had to bleed it.
If you want to make a step here and put a grate here, you can keep the rad. You can put a rad in here.
Okay, so since we have to shut the system down to hook up the rad in the garage,
Right?
we might as well change this.
Might as well. It's here.
So you can go ahead and do it any way you want, and I'll build around it, and I'll screen the front.
Okay. Okay, I'll get one then.
Good idea.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
No problem, Mike.
We're adding spray foam in the ceiling to keep really the pipes from freezing, also to stop the draft from getting upstairs.
We have a lot of damage on your treads.
They actually stained the stairs before they were finished drywall.
It should be one of the last. That's the last thing to do. We want to keep them protected till the job's done, and then finish this last. How you doing, Walter?
Hi, Mike.
Nice to see you again, sir.
Nice to see you.
Well, I guess you've already taken it up.
It looks like you've added some glue, that's a good idea, and nailed it, which the other guys did not. What else have you done?
And put little tongue between hardwood.
Oh, you created a tongue?
Yes.
Okay, so there was no tongue.
Was no tongue.
Oh, that's not smart. Okay, so I guess now we'll just try and sand it down, try to do a stain match to it to make it work with the existing. Hey guys, everybody watch this bullnose, eh? Don't step on it, on the stairs.
I like slate tile. It's a beautiful tile. It's easy to work with if you know what you're doing. If you have experience with this type of tile, it's not really difficult to put in. Common sense. We have two different slate tiles going in here. We're gonna put one row of rustic around the bottom, and then above that is gonna be 3 rows of black ebony slate, and then on top of those 3 rows is gonna be a 2-inch strip of rustic that runs from wall to wall to make it look like a border, and then above that is going to continue with the black ebony slate tile right to the ceiling. And the floor is going to be 4-inch rustic and 4-inch ebony black in a checkerboard pattern to tie in the rest of the walls with the floor as well as the ceiling. And then we're going to have 3/4-inch rustic borders going around the jamb and the sills for the shower to tie everything in.
Yesterday, Dan was in here and installed this heater. Before this, they just had pipes going across it, so Dan put the heater in. So what we had to do was come up with a solution to still have a step here, but to have a grill to allow the heat to escape. So what I've done is I've come up with this little concoction here that I think is going to work. This is a 2x10, and I've made some grills for the front that open up, and they got little louvers on them. This is a support for the front that's going to support the louvers. And this back part here is going to bear the weight of the back of the 2x10. So I'm just going to stick some glue on this. This is an ingenious design. All right. And now I'm going to give it a couple shots. So basically what I've done here is I left a loose fit on them, and it allows removability of them. Or if they don't want to, they can direct the flow of the heat just simply by opening and closing the louvers. And if they ever need to remove it or get at it, the plumber had to repair, they can just open it up there. There's a shut-off valve there with the bleeder. So, you know, aesthetically it looks pleasing and still allows heat to escape. I think it looks nice.
Anyway, we're underneath the kitchen here. Spray foamed the garage, and just to heat it up a bit, they had frozen pipes in here, and the rads were disconnected. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook this rad back up. What we'll do is we'll get some heat in this garage, so just make it a little bit more warm. What happened when they did the addition is they had radiant heating in here, and what it is they have rads all over the house, and they give a supply pipe coming from a boiler and a return pipe. The supply pipe is pumping hot water through each rad, and it's going through all these coils, and it heats this rad up, and then it goes back to the boiler and it's a little bit cooler, and so it just keeps, with a pump system, it keeps rotating the water through the system, so you'll always have hot water coming through the rad, and it heats the house up nice. Okay, we're done now. We're just gonna turn on the supply. We should have some air come out this bleeder here. We're waiting water to come out of here. I can feel the air right now. You can hear it. And once water fills up in the rad and comes out, and we know it's filled with water, and then we could open the return and let it start flowing through. If you have air in here, you'll get an airlock and the water won't flow. There we go. And that's it. We'll let this flow around in about 20 minutes. Should get hot, and hopefully heat up this garage a little bit, won't have that freezing problem anymore.
We're spraying all the trim today. You know, Ben's installed all this nice poplar, so we wanted to have a good, smooth, even finish, so I decided to spray it. Obviously, once we taped off the room, it's tremendously quick to spray. It's, 10 times quicker. I'll be around this room in about 15 minutes. We're gonna put 3 coats on, 1 today, 2 finish coats tomorrow, a light sand in between each. It's gonna look great. It's gonna look like glass.
Tight fit?
Yeah, this particular one, yeah. I guess the ceiling's a little
bowed.
A little bowed, because I did leave 1/8 of an inch. But it's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work. It's nice that we're getting this closed up again. Oh, we got a little helper here. What's your name?
Eric.
Eric. Hey, no, buddy.
Good.
We have a relationship here, I can tell.
Yeah, it's my young son.
He's your son?
Yeah.
All right, I like sons coming on the job site. You're just keeping it clean so we don't damage the floor?
Absolutely.
Way to go. What's up, Keith? What are we doing? We getting ready to turn them all?
Yeah, I'm just getting ahead of Ben so I can, get my straight line relatively anyways.
That would be good if we get this done today and get a coat on it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need. Kristy, come on in. As you can see, we have really dusted your place.
Yeah,
I think we've turned it into a total work zone, and I'm
War
sorry.
zone.
The bathroom's upstairs for me with the slate. It's gorgeous. Okay, I do not want to rush this, and I'm not going to rush this. I absolutely refuse to do it. We try to do our damnedest to make sure that we do it efficiently, and we do it on time.
Yeah.
But I need another week.
That's okay. I'm relieved to hear you say that, because I'm looking at this house and I couldn't imagine how you could finish it by tomorrow. So no, fine, a week, done. It's yours.
Let's take a breath. Let's relax a minute, and let's do what we do best, and that's do it right.
For sure.
So if it takes another week, I always say it takes what it takes. It's not like we, need 8 months here. We just need another week.
Mike, it's yours. Take another week. It's getting done right, and that's the most important thing of all.
Well, then I feel good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll talk.
I really don't care how long it takes at this point. We've been at this for 9 months. What is an extra week? That's nothing. It's nothing. All I care about at the end of the day is that this whole thing is done right.
So we have 2 different slate tiles going in here. I like slate tile. It's a beautiful tile. It's easy to work with if you know what you're doing.
All right. Okay, the new tub's in, framed. Getting ready to close this all in. Look at this slate tile floor. Oh, I love it. We've got that pattern right. Nice little echoed pattern. They're gonna do a full piece across the tub here. I'm all excited about that. Stan has gone crazy getting the slate in the shower stall. Oh, that looks good. We got a checkered pattern on the ceiling. Nice little detail edging across the center. Black, light up the floor. Oh, and we're gonna have a slate jam in here, not marble, so this is gonna look really good. We have 2 bathrooms here, so we're trying to complete this one first.
This is a slate slab with 4 diamond inserts glued onto the front of it for the skirt of this tub. And what we've done is we've put 1 slab on the back of the tub to cover that area, and we're gonna put 1 piece here for a cap on the facing of this. Well, we're just making sure that there's enough mud behind here to hold this weight back up so it doesn't shift when we put the cap on. And if we use blobs of cement like this, it pushes out evenly. And a V-notch would be too thin of a bed to put on a big stone like this. 2, 3. That is on there.
That is beauty. Look at that, eh? Full slate. Isn't this gorgeous? And the other bathroom is unique on its own. They cut all the tiles. We see within this floor, it's 16 by 16 inch tiles. We see a nice pattern here throughout the floor. In the other bathroom, we got the wave tile cut design on the floor, almost like a template, stamped and installed. Man, this is nice, Dave. Did you design this?
This one I did design, yes.
Did you? Well, how'd you do that? I mean, did you just draw it out on a, I guess, as a grid pattern as to what you're doing, and then you did a stencil?
That's correct, Mike. I had a layout of this at work, so then I just take my pieces that we have there in stock and just create the floor and put it back together like a puzzle.
What kind of grout are you going to use here? What color?
Platinum gray grout.
Platinum gray, so it shows it. This is going to carry up the wall for the pedestal sink?
That's right, that's right.
Does the homeowner know about this, or she got an idea?
She has no idea what we're doing in here.
None?
None. Other than the color that she picked.
Okay, so we're going to freak her out.
We're going to freak her out.
Good. I like the black, I really do, and I love this edge pattern. It's just so different.
That's right.
Everybody's used to square or staggering, but this is unique.
We had 4 corners that were radiants like this in this house, and to try and get this stuff custom made, it takes a long time and it's expensive. So Keith had beveled all the baseboard, and then we sanded it down, got it in here, and then for the quarter round, they've got it available in this. It's like a polyethylene base quarter round, and as soon as you get heat on it, it's pliable. So that's how we were able to shape it. This particular quarter round is made exactly for that purpose. So when you run into areas where there's going to be shapes and shifts, it's just a lot easier to shape than wood or getting stuff custom made.
Keith is just a master carpenter, let me tell you. To do these round corners, he's got to take this trim, cut it in small angles, glue it together, and by the time he gets it in place, that's when he's going to sand it all down. And what does it do? Lo and behold, it creates a round corner.
What we're doing here is putting a threshold in this rear entrance, a rustic slab, and we're going to glue it down to the frame that we made. This is a big heavy piece going on a very solid area, and if we construction adhesive this down, the chances of it moving are slim to none. To you?
Me?
To you? There. Stick your finger under. How far is it? 1 knuckle?
Yeah.
We're done.
I'll tell you, I love working with poplar trim. It cuts easy, it looks beautiful, and what we're doing here, it really matches the look of the house. Keith is just finishing up the 3/4 round in the living room. Hey, no time, we're on the paint. I like it.
I tend to usually have this mix a little bit thicker than a floor, just because it sets up quicker. And I tend to slightly have the floor damp. That way I'm not getting grout sticking all over. It's a lot easier to control the joints when you're cleaning them.
I love my job. 2 separate bathrooms, 2 very unique looks. Awesome. It's the day where 10 hours is hell. So let's get along. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clean. I do not want to damage these floors at all. And let's concentrate on working our way downstairs. So drop everything at this point downstairs. Let's everybody up and get it done, okay? Let's do it. Thank you.
If you look at this part here, you see how nice the circles are? They're cut out on that. You wonder how I got that? The easiest way to do this is to mark it from behind, because what happens in these cabinets is you have a 5/8 board all the way around. So if you try to take a measurement from the wall, then you get confused because you got to remember the 5/8 and whatnot. So the easiest way to do it is measure from behind, which I've done here. You see, and then I've marked it. So now what I'll do is I'll just pilot the holes. You don't want to ever push through from behind because you'll break the melamine on the front. So you just pilot it, and then you're going to come back in from the front this way. Now, if you were to try to take your measurements off of the wall, you've got a 1/2 inch and you've got 5/8. Pretty hard to get an exact measurement. Whereas if you go from behind, boom, 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 and you can see that all the cutouts on there are dead on. So now this just needs to be secured, and we can drop the slate on. Replaced all this Tudor stuff that they had downstairs and went to that really lovely step bevel with the back band, and that's just enhanced the look of the house. Really nice clean lines, and has a really rich but soft feel to it. Those things are simple, but they're grand at the end when you see how they're finished. It just, the whole house is rich looking, and you don't see a lot of that. Most of the stuff people work with is lower grade entry level casings, whereas on this one here we went with a high end hardwood paint grade, and it has a really rich look to it, so we're all happy with it. This is the last piece of trim right here that actually Damon's working on, and that'll be cased out with the same step bevel and back band. And then that's it. And it should look nice. Okay, we're down to the final here, getting ready to install the slate countertop. A good adhesive to install any kind of stone countertop is silicone. I don't think it's a good idea to use PL Premium on this stuff because PL Premium is really rigid, right? Whereas the silicone has a little more flexibility and will allow some movement. And you don't want to just use any old silicone. You want to use something that's antibacterial and antifungal.
I've made a little template out of cardboard to avoid spatter. Tuck that in there. It avoids having to clean off the steps when I'm done. Just saves taping the whole staircase. There's a lot of spindles here. Try to keep it as quick as possible, so this is actually working really well.
We have a lot of things to paint here. So I'm just assisting Craig right now, trying to get this house done. I am using a straight brush on this instead of an edge brush, and the edge brush is for, whatever you're comfortable with, really. But the straight brush, you can get a nice bristle of temp right against the wall. Like Craig always says, make sure you have enough paint on the brush. I'll start off away from the edge, and then I'll cut it in, get my bristles nice and straight, and then I'll cut it in against it.
Typically, we wouldn't leave a stairwell till the last day. There's so much traffic here. I'm asked to move every minute, so it's a bit of a pain, but unfortunately it had to be this way. This wasn't prepped till today.
That's because we don't have a lot of time. We try to bring everybody in at once and try and work around each other. Got a whole lot of painting happening here. My God, they're painting up the stairs there, the walls up the stairs, and got the rest of the guys traveling up and down, trying to get around them. So I kind of feel bad for the guys on the stairs because they're just moving left, right, and center. Stan and Dennis are just applying the thin set for the jambs, getting them in place. Wow, this place is really starting to look good.
We decided at last minute that we were going to install this new door that the homeowners had. It wasn't part of our thing, but we decided we'd put it in for them. Problem is, the door is nice and straight and square and plumb, and this existing jamb that was already here isn't. and it's out quite significantly. This side's not bad, but this side here from the top to the bottom drops out by about 1/8 of an inch. I'll scribe it from an 8 from here, the bottom of this door. That's where it's out, that's how far it's out. 1/8 from the bottom to the top, not plumb. So now I'm gonna scribe the door to fit the jamb. And you know, when it's all painted up and stuff, it'll look fine.
We're on the cleaning stages now. We'll have everybody doing the mad rush to clean. And that's just gonna make our job a lot easier. Once it's clean, we give it back. Take long enough, eh?
You're finished?
After you.
Oh my God! That's gorgeous! I can't believe this is my bathroom. Oh, this is our bathroom!
I think we're done. Hey guys. Take long enough, eh?
You're finished?
Yes, we're finally finished. What do you think?
We love it. It's beautiful.
Wow, what a difference when it's actually done. You know, it just works. You like the rads?
The rods are one of my favorites, I have to tell you. Those are the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
And the trim?
Gorgeous.
Love the trim.
Makes a difference. Now it looks like it should. This really represents your home.
Yes.
How many times do I have to see homeowners go through hell? And these people have gone through hell, you know. We've seen worse, but to these people, this is their home. They've spent 3 years on this in detail to get this done properly. However, it still failed because they hired the wrong people.
And this is the room that we actually ripped apart. This is where we found out that you had the heating lines in through the wall there, and we open it up and we spray foam that. How do you like your slate step there?
We love that.
Binge spent a lot of time on that, trying to come up with an idea. I had Dan, my plumber, put in a proper heating rad in there and just vent it. It works totally, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's wonderful. And it's a very effective way of just getting a little more heat near those doors. No, we're very
Well, we want to keep heat at a window or at a door, so that totally works.
On an average day, we come in, we open it up, and we find a lot of things wrong. In this case, we didn't find too many things wrong. But the finish was terrible. It was terrible.
The stairs.
Oh, we love our staircase.
Doesn't that look good?
That looks amazing.
It just, now it shines. Before it looks so wrong.
Never let up your guard. You're gonna go to this extreme, each and every person that comes on this job site has to be thoroughly checked out, that they are the right people, that they are talented enough to do this.
I'm gonna show you the kids' bathroom.
Yeah, that's the one we're waiting to see.
Let's take a look. After you.
Oh my God! That's gorgeous! That's beautiful.
I like it.
Oh, I love this countertop.
This isn't our kids' bathroom, this might be our bathroom.
Look at the tub.
Oh, I know. That looks gorgeous.
They had a custom slate front on here, and they chose a diamond pattern to match the floor. Everything was custom fit. So they come in and measure it, and they give us custom cuts. It's full pieces. I just love that. Look at the border across the top.
There's no seams.
No seams.
That's excellent.
Oh my God.
It makes it quite unique. Hey, come take a look at that shower.
Oh my God. Oh, look at it. Oh, look
Isn't
at
that
this.
Total custom design.
This is unbelievable.
Nice and simple. It goes.
This is a
like your lights.
designer bathroom. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Well, if you like that, we got more. Come on.
If you notice, this contractor finished everything themselves. They didn't bring in a plumber, a trim specialist, foam specialist for the garage. They didn't bring anybody like that. They did it themselves. It's no surprise it's not going to work. It's no surprise it's not going to be finished. You have to have the talent to put this together, to bring the people in and make this look the way it's supposed to.
Let's take a look at your bathroom that you haven't seen. Whoa. After you.
Oh my God!
It's beautiful.
Look at the shower.
The ceramic.
Look at the. Oh my God.
I love my slate guys so much that they wanted to do a one-of-a-kind bathroom tile So this was strictly designed for you, one of a kind.
I mean, we have 2 one-of-a-kind bathrooms.
Really? I'd say it is, personally.
This is to die for. I can't believe this is my bathroom. Oh my gosh.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, they did
gorgeous.
a beautiful job here. I like the, whatever that is, like a row of inlay.
It's just a border effect, which changes it, which cuts it. I like that.
I can't wait to get the kids in these showers. They'll go crazy.
I always say it's the good, the bad, and the ugly. We know who the ugly are. We know who the good are. The top-notch professionals, the guys that care, the guys with a heart. But in between those 2 spectrums, we have the bad. And the bad meaning, they don't mean to rip you off financially, but they don't care enough and they don't know enough. And that's exactly what's happened here. There was no caring put in here. There was no knowledge whatsoever.
That's too bad it wasn't done like this in the first place.
Well, yes, that is too bad.
Totally too bad. Then again, we wouldn't be here, and maybe it wouldn't be as nice.
That's true. It would never have been this nice if you hadn't. This belongs in a magazine. I can't believe this is our bathroom.
Bring in someone that can control the whole job. You really do need a general contractor on the job. One that's capable and talented enough to know from beginning to end.
Cheers to everybody. Cheers for an excellent job, I tell you.
Cheers. Thanks, you guys.
Cheers to our homeowners.
Let's eat.
Here it comes, guys. Again.
Oh my God, you made lasagna again?
Yes, I
I had this the first day, I'm telling you. You wait till you taste this.
Oh, you're watching the kids?
Oh, you're helping with my
Yes.
kids. Oh, Benji, look.
You're a gentleman.
Thank Mike, all your crew. You guys are a great bunch of guys. People like us, we wouldn't know what to do without people like you, and we really appreciate it. Toast.
To the crew, to the best. Best of the best.